4, 3, 2, 1. We are live. I haven't seen nothing.
Sometimes there's a little delay. So thank you all for bearing with us and being patient with us tonight. You know, setting this stream up was a little bit of a challenge, but we got it. We got here because this is 31 days of bringing you content, no matter what happens with the computer. And if I don't know what I'm doing and if I mess it up, who cares? We're back.
We mess it up. First of all, I didn't want to tell y'all this. I didn't want to put the business out there, but it was Nelson Aguilar and his mishaps.
That's the reason for the delay tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
So blame Nelly. He's not coming on the show, though. It's just.
I was going to say, what time is he making a guest appearance? But we have to move quickly because you have another stream coming up soon, and we need to get through several topics.
Okay, so why are we here tonight? What are we here to talk about? Are we here to talk about hypocrisy? Are we here to talk about some crazy stuff? Are we here to talk about the Houston Texans game? Or is that tomorrow night? Because I'm like really excited. I'm still amped up. I'm still hyped up from the Pittsburgh Steelers win. Like, I've been talking mad noise to my brother. Actually, my coworkers are Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Mm-hmm.
And when I logged into work the last time we played them, before I could even start work, I just got spammed with Pittsburgh Steelers paraphernalia.
Ooh.
So this morning, when I got to work, the first thing I did, I logged in early.
Oh,
I said, I'm going to be early today.
You did.
And I sent stuff to everybody and let them know who the true kings of the AFC North are. But
well, it's them because they're still ahead of us. So we have to. I mean, you can say who are the true kings of yesterday's game or this weekend's game. Sure, you can say that Saturday's game. We are the kings of that. But we are here. Yes, Jeff J, you are in the right spot. Thank you for following us. Thank you, Justin, for being here. Brandon, we see you tonight. We are getting into the media. Brandon E. How is it that Brandon E always knows what I'm about to say? But yes, thank you, Brandon. He's right on. We wanted to come and chat with you tonight because both of us were very irritated. I'm going to say irritated. Hendo might have a different word to describe how he was feeling, but I can say that I know that I was very irritated by seeing this narrative, right, that we're pushing about Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. Who is the real MVP? And if the season were to end right now, I know we have 2 games left, but if the season were to end right now, the MVP race is over. It's done. It doesn't matter. We're giving the award to Josh Allen. And let me tell you why. It's not because of stats, that's for sure, because Lamar Jackson is leading in every category except interceptions. It's not because of how remarkable and important the player is to their respective teams. No. It's about the fact that Lamar Jackson, according to the media, according to some in the media, not everyone, and I should call them out, but I'm not going to. Some in the media say, oh, it's because Josh Allen is playing with lesser talent. And if you take Josh Allen off of his team, they may win 1 or 2 games. Right. Versus Lamar Jackson has all of these weapons, and especially Derrick Henry. You take Lamar Jackson off of his team, their team is still going to succeed because you have Derrick Henry. Right. Hendo, what do you think about that?
I think it's a bunch of BF Goodrich, to put it mildly, because, last year the narrative was Lamar Jackson doesn't have the numbers. He just has the team wins. The team just has the better record. Now, during his MVP season last season, he had the best record. He didn't have one of the best records. He had the best record in the NFL. Then also he went up against the front runners for MVPs, and he destroyed those teams each and every time. So now we fast forward to this season, and now Buffalo Bills fans in the media are trying to push a narrative of, well, it's not about numbers. And yes, Lamar is outplaying his 2 MVP seasons by far. It's about what Josh Allen has to work with. Now, when the season began, granted, they got rid of Stephon Diggs. They lost Gabe Davis to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But outside of that, all I heard was, well, he has 1,500-yard rusher James Cook, who's still there, who has about 1,200, 1,300 yards this year, was the reason that they won the game yesterday. Also, all I heard about was the 2 tight end set, Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox, how they were just, they were maybe not as good as Gronkowski and Hernandez, but, he had 2 great tight ends. And Shakir, he's not bad. Now they don't want to give him the credit that he deserves. He's not bad, and he's a speedster. I'm not trying to say that Josh Allen is playing bad. He is playing amazing football.
Yeah.
But what they're leaving out is Josh Allen doesn't even have the best record in the league. Pat Mahomes has the best record in the league. If you want to go off a record standpoint, then they'll say, well, guess what? Josh Allen beat Pat Mahomes, but they always leave out the fact that Lamar Jackson beat Josh Allen. Like they kind of skirt around that issue. But the thing that upset me and the thing that made me the most upset today was, I don't know why I did it. I watched some of those broadcasts, some of those 3-4 letter networks. And it was one guy in particular that was like, oh, look at that high football IQ. It was third and like 12 or something, third and 8. And he threw an interception in the end zone. And I'm going to call him by name. Dan Orlovsky said that was just a great play. He pinned him down. No, he didn't. You needed a field goal. It was 8 minutes left in the quarter. And I think it was the third quarter. It was 8 minutes left, and you threw an interception. They just don't want to say it was a bad play by Josh Allen. What they try to do is they try to make it just seem like he's just making these outstanding, amazing plays.
They didn't call it an interception. In fact, Dan
Well, that was
Orlovsky,
somebody else. No, that was CBS Sports Line. You talk about the arm punt.
the arm punt. But yeah. That was CBS Sport, the arm punt. Hey, Big Woke, thanks for being here. Everything you said is right. So they continue to move the goalpost, right, to advance their narrative. 1 minute is this. Well, it's based on stats. Now, well, it's not really about the stats. It's about how important that player is to the team and would the team be where they are without that player. And someone said right here in the chat, let me find it. K Breezy, we probably won't win any games without Lamar Jackson. I mean, just look at our QB room. Facts. Facts. We might have squeaked by with one game, maybe two. I don't know. Who knows? But for sure, we would not have a winning record if we did not have Lamar Jackson. But they're trying to say that because we have Derrick Henry, he's the reason for our team's success.
Of course.
And he's the reason that the stats are so good for Lamar Jackson, not Lamar himself. What were you going to say, Hendo?
So my question is, if Derrick Henry is the so-called reason that Lamar Jackson is playing so well, and he's dominating, he's dominating these games, and he's putting up all these yards, and he's the reason we're winning, how is it that he's putting up these yards, but Lamar Jackson, with 2 games left, has career highs in all passing categories? How is that possible? If Derrick Henry's dominating so much, how is Lamar putting up all of these historic numbers, being that he's a running back himself? People don't want to, outside of the Ravens organization and the ones that tell the truth, people don't want to talk about how Lamar opens up lanes for Derrick Henry to have these games.
Yes.
Lamar opens up lanes for Tez Walker to be wide open for touchdowns. They don't want to give Lamar the credit for the effect that he has on the game. They just want to say, well, Lamar is doing so well. He's a benefactor of Derrick Henry being in here. And I read on Twitter somewhere where somebody said something about, without Josh Allen, they would be this. And without Derrick Henry, without Lamar Jackson, the Ravens would win. And I asked the question that the guy never did answer. I said, okay, last season without Derrick Henry, what was Lamar's record?
Right.
He led the league. He led the league in wins, right? Without Derrick Henry. Now, Derrick Henry in Tennessee. When has the Tennessee Titans ever had the best record in the NFL? I mean, while Derrick Henry was there, they did it with Steve McNair and Eddie George. But while Derrick Henry's there, when did they ever have the best record in the league? So the two sides of that coin don't correlate to me. Like, they're pushing this narrative, they're pushing this story. Then you see a video of Josh Allen shaking his hand. They talking about, oh, look at him playing through that broken hand. Look at him. So my question is the broken hand, the non-throwing hand, the reason he only had 165 yards yesterday? They tried to put his game on Front Street. They moved the game to put him in front of a national audience to spotlight the Great White Hope. And he kind of crapped the bed. 65 yards passing at half. Let Lamar Jackson have 65 yards passing at halftime and watch them cream him. So for them to prematurely say, oh, the MVP race is over, it's done, you can tell that there's a narrative being pushed that, you know what, he's the sentimental favorite. Let's just give Josh this. We'll never know if he'll ever be in this position ever again. So let's just give it to him. And it's like, no, you can't. But my thing is, at the end of the day, If Josh Allen is the better quarterback at the end of the year and he gets the MVP, I have no issues with it. I'm not going to argue about it. But my thing is, don't drum up a narrative with 3 weeks left into the season. Talk about it's over. There's nothing that can be done. So you're telling me a guy that has 1 touchdown where James Cook did all the work on that touchdown as well, to Lamar passing for 3 touchdowns versus a team that you said he was going to struggle against. Make up your mind, which one is it going to be? I just want them to keep it fair and keep it honest. Whichever way the voting goes, just keep it fair. You can't tell me that the race is over with 3 weeks left without telling me that you've already been paid off.
Wow. Hit the like button for us. Hendo is over here telling the truth, calling it out, keeping it 100% real. Do us a favor, hit the like button. It helps our channels a ton. And just like you mentioned, Hendo, I'm looking at a stat right now on X, and they said, this is all about Derrick Henry and his impact on the team, not Lamar Jackson. Well, if Derrick Henry's impact was so great, and I'm not saying it's not, let me put it out there now. No, Derrick Henry has been an amazing addition for our team. But how does Derrick Henry affect Lamar Jackson's passing yards? How does Derrick Henry get how does Derrick Henry get to the 4,552 passing yards for Lamar Jackson? That's all Lamar. That's all Lamar. Lamar is the one who's making the passes, throwing the football, versus Josh Allen's 4,063. So almost 500 yards, just shy of 500 yards difference.
Mm-hmm.
But last year it was about the numbers, and Josh Allen had the numbers, and now it's, well, Lamar has the numbers, but that's not really what it's about. It's about him playing with lesser talent and still being so incredibly effective. And don't forget, like you just said, the broken, non-throwing left hand that nobody knew about up until after Lamar had a really good game against the Steelers. Yeah. Let us know in the chat, what are your thoughts about what you're seeing, what you're hearing in terms of Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen and this MVP race? Do you think that it is like staged? Hey, the media, they want to see this handed over to Josh Allen, and it doesn't matter what Lamar does, the votes are already going to be decided in favor of Josh Allen? Or do you think, hey, Lamar really can have a fair shot at this? We'll see what happens over the course of the next 2 games. Let us know in the chat. Yeah.
It's not going to be fair. Listen, it's not going to be a fair race, because here's the thing. They tried to start it off, and I don't know if people remember about this. They tried to start it off by speaking about voter fatigue. Like, that was the narrative before the season started. When Lamar started playing better, they were like, yeah, Lamar's starting the ball out. He's getting his game together. But, they might have voter fatigue, but they didn't have voter fatigue with Aaron Rodgers. He won 4 of them.
Speak on it.
They didn't have voter fatigue with Brett Favre. They didn't have voter fatigue with Peyton Manning. So why is it when it comes to Lamar Jackson, now we have voter fatigue? So they already started to set the stage when Josh Allen wasn't playing well of why Lamar should not be the MVP. Then Josh started balling out of control. Josh started doing his thing. So now they took away the narrative of the voter fatigue and saying, well, Josh Allen doesn't have anybody to play with. He's lost so many pieces. He lost Gabe Davis, and he lost Stephon Diggs. And from what I heard during the offseason, it was addition by subtraction. He was a cancer in the locker room. He was demanding the ball too much, and Josh Allen was going to be better off for it. But to be truthful, Josh Allen didn't start taking off until they took the ball out of his hands and started running James Cook more. When they gave him less responsibility and less chances to throw the ball and make mistakes, the team started winning, and he started playing better. It is all on Lamar. And it has always been on Lamar. Yes, this season he has help with Derrick Henry, but Josh Allen has help with James Cook. And defensively, they won that game yesterday. So my thing is, if you could say one thing about one, you could say it about the other. Just don't try to push the narrative in one direction because you want the guy to win. And I heard somebody say, I can't remember, it was Dan Orlovsky, it might have been Rex Ryan. They said something about, it's his time. He's been good for so long. He's been doing well for so long, and he's always in the MVP conversations. We might as well just give it to him. What do you mean we might as well just give it to him? If he's not the MVP of the league, don't give it to him. If he is the MVP, I have no problems with it. And I've said this before. I really don't care who wins it, but it's just make it a fair fight.
Hmm.
Don't do it out of sentimentality. Do it for the most deserving player. If the most deserving player is Saquon Barkley, give it to Saquon Barkley.
Right.
But don't just try to push this narrative that it's Josh Allen's award to lose when
Hmm.
he's had a cupcake schedule. They talk about point differential when it comes to the Buffalo Bills and how they've outscored by everybody by the most points. 3-3 versus winning teams. Outscored them by 6 points, a total of 6 points. Below
Yeah.
500, plus 129. So that lets you know the cupcake schedule that they've had throughout the season and how he's beat up on these teams that aren't really good. He plays in the AFC East. None of the teams in the AFC East are good. So
Hmm.
that's a guaranteed 6 wins right there. But you
Automatic.
want to brag and boast about his winning percentage? Yes, he beat the Chiefs. Give it to him. Can't take credit away from that.
Yeah.
He beat who did he beat? The second, Detroit. They beat Detroit. Can't take that away from them.
Right.
But just make it a fair fight is the only thing that I'm saying.
For sure. Yeah. Hey, Brodney. Hey there. I saw Jose in earlier. Hi, Heather. Hi there. It's one of those things. I think who said it earlier? I be saying, welcome into the show. He said they've already gift wrapped this award for Josh Allen. So what I'm going to do is, this is just for me to keep my sanity and keep myself in a good headspace. I'm just going to believe that that's what they're going to do. They're going to give this award undeservingly so. They're going to hand it over to Josh Allen, and I'm just going to accept it and be okay with it. I'm not okay with it, but I'm going to force myself to say, you know what? It's beyond my control. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I think it's downright wrong and it's reckless and irresponsible. But that's what they want to do. And the only thing right now I'm focused on is number one, health of our team.
Right.
And then number two, we secured a seat at the playoff table. Now, what are we going to do when we get there?
Thanks.
So that's kind of where my focus is. Hey, Just Toronado and Jared, I see you. Want to say hello, J the 6 to Equip Institute. Thanks for being here. Want to say hello and a warm welcome to all of our channel members, both mine and Hendo's. Thank you for your continued support of our channels. I hope you guys are enjoying the 31-day content that I've been able to get Hendo on the live streams more often. So I hope that this has been fun for you so far. I can't believe we're on day 23. Wow, it's going by quick.
Oh, well, the team that lost to the Browns and the Raiders, you got blown out by that team. What are you talking about MVP for?
Yeah.
You got beat by the Houston Texans. Your quarterback went 9 for 30. You played the bum Indianapolis Colts. Your quarterback had no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. What are you talking about MVP for? Your quarterback went up against a 3-11 team in the New England Patriots
and struggled
and crapped the bed. Without James Cook, y'all don't win that game. Without your defense, you don't win the game. So what are you talking about? Beat us before you meet us.
Right. Kevin, and with all due respect, yes, it's not to me when I mean, and I guess this would just have to depend on what you see or understand the term MVP and what it means to you. To me, it doesn't mean you have XYZ or you lost to this team or you won against this one. To me, an MVP means if you take that player off of that team is not successful. That person is the most valuable player. You just quoted a record. Lamar Jackson didn't lose to the Browns. Lamar Jackson didn't lose to the Raiders. The Ravens team lost. Same thing. So my thing is when I think of an MVP, I'm talking about an individual award. So, I mean, I guess we're seeing it different. Yeah, you took care of the Chiefs. That's fine. And Hendo gave that to you. Absolutely, you did. But at the end of the day, has Josh Allen done enough to deserve an MVP award this year when the numbers in comparison, the individual stats, not the team stats, the individual stats, when they line up? For example, I'll just read a couple of them out to you and then you tell me which one is, greater than the other. In terms of total yards, 4,063 for Josh Allen, 4,552 for Lamar. Total touchdowns, 37 for Josh Allen, 40 for Lamar. Interceptions, 6 for Josh Allen, 4 for Lamar. And I could keep going on. Passer rating is one that really sticks out to me. 101.2 for Josh Allen, 120.6 for Lamar. So when I hear those numbers or when I see those numbers, to me, that is indicative of one person is here and the other one is here. And who are you giving the award to? Well, you decided to give it to the one over here. Hey, that's what you want to do. That's fine. But our goal is on winning the Super Bowl.
But see, my only issue is with Bills fans is out of everything that I said, all they hear is Lamar Jackson for MVP. Well, what about Josh Allen? What did I say 4 times? If Josh Allen is the better player at the end of the year, give him the award. But all y'all hear is Lamar Jackson. Y'all get so caught up in all of these things. But it's amazing to me that nobody listens to Hall of Fame players. When the Hall of Fame players speak and say Lamar Jackson is the MVP, he's playing better football, it's you're old, who cares? But when the guy on the couch says, no, Josh Allen, you eat it up. The only thing that I said was, at the end of the day, when the season is over, whoever the MVP is, let them be MVP. But for some reason, y'all get so butt hurt. Thinking somebody is dissing your quarterback. Nobody's dissing Josh Allen. Nobody's saying Josh Allen can't play. Nobody's saying Josh Allen isn't having an amazing season. Right. I just said whomever at the end of the season has the better season.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. And Equip Institute wanted to know, what was that face for, Hendo, when I said, you know, we are doing these live streams and I got Hendo out here in these digital real streets, live streaming more often. She wanted to know, what was that face for?
Oh, I don't know. It wasn't what you were saying. It was something else that was going on that I was making that face for. It did that, but listen, speaking of live streaming, today's the 23rd. So our 31 day challenge is coming to an end, y'all.
Not so much. So Just Toronado spoke to that. She said, this is great momentum that you two can keep going right through January. She already addressed it even before you said it. So there you go. Hello, Kai Gang, AMVs. Ravens fan talk numbers. Allen's fan talk emotion.
Facts. Y'all still talking about last year's MVP.
Yeah, they're still upset about it.
We on from that one.
Yeah. But I think, like I said earlier, my goal at this point is to keep our team healthy and keep us ready to move forward into the postseason and to win it all this year. So that's kind of my goal for the Ravens. If you have any questions that you would like myself or Hendo to answer, please go ahead quickly, because time is running out. He has another stream to go to in a couple of minutes. So if you have any questions that you'd like us to answer, please leave your questions in the chat and we'll get to them soon. But other than that,
we have a question.
Okay.
Why are Bills fans so worried about the MVP? Oh, it's because they need something to cheer for. They don't have any Super Bowls to speak about.
Please ask your question, because if you don't, Hendo's going to make up one. Hendo is going to make up a question.
You don't see that right there.
Let me go down. Where is it?
Oh, they deleted it. Never mind.
See, exactly. That's my point. I'm like, I don't see that. But if you don't have a question, what happens? Hendo will start making up questions of his own. Hey, Rod Wave, thanks for being here. Alaskan Man, we see you. So, Big Reg has a question. See, I was just about to close the door. I was about to close the door on the questions.
Okay. Big Reg says, what has been your favorite moment of the season thus far?
Favorite moment? That's a good question. There have been so many. I don't know. I don't know that I can say. Maybe it was beating the Steelers on Saturday. Maybe it was that. That's definitely high on the list, because you could not tell the Steelers fans that they were not coming into the bank and taking a win. So that was really sweet. That was a really sweet one. What about you, Hendo?
So mine's a two-parter. It's definitely beating the Steelers, but it's the fact that Lamar Jackson finally had a great game versus the Steelers. So it's no more talk that the Steelers have his number. They're the only team in the league that can essentially shut him down. He showed the league that, listen, I may have struggled in the past, but listen, I can do this versus anyone. So to me, it had to be the Steelers game and Lamar Jackson showing out
Mm, yeah.
like he has.
Pass to likely against the Bengals for sure. And that would be another one, but that's not one. So I didn't put it because I was going to say sweeping the Bengals this year is certainly high on the list, but that was more than one. So I really couldn't put it on the list, but yeah, that was good. All right,
Yes,
Hendo, what was your favorite Ravens plays? What was your favorite play this season?
my favorite play it had to been the Cincinnati.
Oh, and we've got our first super chat, Die Hard Eddie. We'll come right back to your question, um, Justin. Just 1 second, but yes, super chats always take
Okay.
priority. So one Die Hard Eddie, thank you for the support. The media didn't even mention Josh's interception. They called it a turnover. It wasn't even shown as an interception.
All right.
Trying to make Josh look better in the spotlight. Thank you again for the $5 donation. And you're right. They're going to not believe that that is an interception. It's called an arm punt.
Facts. Yeah, they showed Drake May's stat line. He outplayed Josh Allen. Buffalo Bills fans are going to tell you that he had 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. When they put his stats up, they put up his interception. They showed him with the interception. They didn't show Josh Allen's interception. So this is how I know that there is media bias out there because they're trying to eliminate the things that he does. He threw an interception. He threw a bad interception where he took points off the board at that time that were much needed. So there's that. But to answer the question, my best play for the Ravens this season had to been, somebody put it in the chat, the Cincinnati Bengals game where Lamar Jackson stiff arm, who was it, Ted Hendrickson, or was it Sam Hubbard? He stiff arm one of them, came around and just hurled it up to Isaiah Likely. That was my favorite one.
Mine too. I would have to definitely go with the Isaiah Likely. Yeah, that Lamar Jackson and the stiff arm. Oh, it was so nice. We have yet another super chat. This time coming in $5 from Jose Garcia. Thank you, Jose. He said, "Let's get these super chats up. If you want to see Hendo and me more often, that's a way we can do it because I have to try and convince him. Come on, Hendo, come on. Let's go live stream. See how he's making the face? I have to convince him. So that, yes, I thank you, Jose. Let's get the super chats up. We appreciate the support. Thank you.
And make sure
the
you go over.
Maverick.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Make sure you go over to Lunch Break Hot Take. Check them guys out. Really dope content. They are coming out with a special
Ooh.
Christmas Day episode of Lunch Break Hot Take. Now, it won't be live. It'll be a premiere. We will be in the chat, but make sure you go over there and check it out. Is that why?
That is why. He said, why? Yes. He said, what's up, Flock? We appreciate you coming back. Why? I hope you're doing all right. I hope, you're getting over the sting of Saturday, but we appreciate you for coming back. Thank you. Time to crash out tomorrow. Back to reality. Ravens fumbling, bumbling. Stop it. We just fumbled and bumbled our way through a win against your team. And it wasn't even really fumble, bumble. I was just using the words you said. It was more like we dominated. Like we just took control. He said, I know y'all miss me. You're welcome. Okay, Big Woke is coming in. We just appreciate you being here. Big Woke. Oh, we got another super chat. This one coming in from our guy 86 Ghost with the $5 donation. We appreciate you. Thank you. He is a channel member to both of our channels. So thank you for the support. If you have something that you want to share with us, 86 Ghost, make sure you leave that in the chat and you will certainly get priority. Going back to Big Woke. Who are Hendo's and Yolanda's top 5 all-time Ravens? Ooh, we might have to come back tomorrow for that one, but let's try and see if we can do it real quick.
Top
5 of all time. Now, Big Woke, I started watching the Ravens when I moved up here back in 2015. So mine might not be as vast. Oh gosh, thank you. 86 Ghosts has gifted a channel membership to my channel. Thank you to whoever got a gifted membership. Thank you to 86 Ghosts. And while we're here, because we're going to wrap up really soon, that was going to be the last question for today. Leave a comment in the chat right now. Drop your comments. Who are your 5 favorite Ravens of all times. Of all
Thanks.
time.
All time.
All time.
Did you get it?
Odafe Owe.
He had no stats in
I'm just kidding.
33. He had no stats in
Okay, thank
33
you all so
snaps on
much for being
Sunday.
here. We appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Nope, he didn't record one stat in 33 snaps.
Okay.
But I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it would have to be like I said, I started watching later, but
Uh-huh.
for the contribution of Ed Reed,
Okay.
Ray Lewis,
Uh-huh.
definitely Lamar.
Okay.
That's 3.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, before this season, if you had asked me, Justin Tucker would have been in there, but I mean, I gotta keep it honest, right?
But if he was your favorite, a part of a bad season shouldn't knock him out of your top 5.
Right, and that's why I'm saying I'm gonna hold fast to that, even though it's been a little shaky for him this season. And the reason is because he's been so clutch for so many years. But seeing the way this offensive line struggles, and there's really not been since Marshall Yanda.
Okay.
I'm grateful for what he did, but yeah, I think maybe Suggs, and that would be it. That would be
Suggs
my
is the 5th one. Are you putting Tuck in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep Tucker in there.
All right. I mean, it's kind of hard, but it's kind of easy. It's kind of hard, kind of easy. Of course, you have to go Jonathan Ogden, 1. What's your mouth open for?
I'll let you know because somebody said something very horrible. The world class. He said, "Oh wait, that."
Oh, that. Okay, so we got. Who did I say? We have Jonathan Ogden.
Okay.
This is gonna be tough. Jonathan Ogden, of course, Ed Reed, of course, Lamar Jackson, Peter Boulware, Anquan Bolden. Bam.
Okay. You heard it here first. Yes. Favorite Ravens. Okay, good. Kevin Zeitler. Marshall Young. Okay. I can see Kevin Zeitler. Listen, right.
Cleveland.
I'm done. Game over. Shaky is so kind, Yolanda. Look, I'm trying to be kind, okay? But we are going to get out of here. We did claim wide receiver Steven Sims Jr. So that's news for the Ravens. I know that just moved the needle for us, right? As a team. Moving on. Oh, I'm mad. Alessa. We doing top 5 Ravens of all time. Yeah, that was the question. World class. Big Woke wanted to know our top 5 Ravens of all time.
Who did we just pick up? Because he might be my number 5.
His name is, I have to write it down because I just don't know who he is.
Don't do that, Big Woke.
Oh, Peter Boulware? Don't do that. See, Big Woke. His name is Steven Sims Jr. Oh, no.
Peter Boulware, baby.
Go Gators. Go Gators.
No, whatever.
All right.
Well, I mean, you didn't talk about Christmas Scalise was a dog. Terrell Suggs, Vontae Leach, all of them were dogs. Stop it. But we didn't even talk about. Maybe we have to continue this later on tonight, maybe tomorrow. But we have to talk because we didn't even talk about Deontay Johnson going to the Texans, our next opponent.
We had so many other topics, but you guys came in with great questions and we just had a good dialogue. So thank you. And yes, Alaska Man, we got to add Daniel Falele to that list of top 5 Ravens of all time.
Well, let's do Alejandro Villanueva since we just don't want anybody's
you know what?
name.
Let me write these names down because we are creating the best roster known to man. We've got Alejandro Villanueva. Then we also have Falele. What's the other one? Molly Sala.
Hey, might as well throw Matt Skura in there.
I'm done. Game over.
Oh, no, Jared won. Jared won the contest. Frank Walker, Fabian Washington, cornerbacks, and Kerry Williams. You won. Asa Jackson. We got to go. Listen.
We have to run. Thank you, Wonderkin Show, for being here. Deontay Johnson. Add him to the list, too. Deontay, too. Got to get him out of here so that Hendo can go prepare for his next stream. But we will be back either later tonight or tomorrow.
I lied about
Well, we're
later.
definitely going to be back tomorrow. We definitely have to come
Yeah.
back tomorrow.
So write this down because we need to do the top 5 plays in Ravens history. So that'll be the next one.
Okay, you got it. Upcoming, Justin. Top 5 plays in Ravens history. Okay, be sure to head over now. It's 8:52. You got 8 minutes. That's just enough time to go grab a
Actually,
snack.
9:10.
9:10. Okay, so now you have an extra 10 more minutes. So you have just enough time to go grab a snack, go get beverage of choice. You know what I'm having, water, and come right back to watch the guys, all the gentlemen, give their thoughts on the Steelers who took the L and whatever other topics they're going to discuss over on Sip to Tally Films. Make sure you do that. Lee Commander, so good to see you. Congrats again to your team. Congrats
He's so
to your
happy.
Eagles.
He's so happy he got his skins. I mean his commies. I mean his commodore. I mean the commanders.
Thank you for being
He is so
here.
happy that his team got a win. He got his Christmas gift early. I'm happy you got what you wanted, League Commander. I don't know what that means for you guys going forward. The new year is going to bring about different results, but hey, ride this out for as long as you can because, like I said, as a sophomore in high school, the last time you guys were relevant in the NFL, and we're going to leave on that one.
Wait, Jim Harbaugh. Okay, all right, we gotta see it. All right.
Okay, well, I mean, Jim is cool.
Jim is cool. We will see you all very soon, family. Thanks for coming by. And awesome shout out to the Wonderkin Show from World Class. He said, great videos today. I got to go watch them and check them out myself. James Prochet. Now you're talking. Greatest Ravens of all time. You got to do that tonight on the Ask Them Tonight. If Coach Evans will do that. Ask him because that'd be interesting to see what you all have to say on the Ravens Roundup. All right, we will see you very soon. And by very soon, I mean either later tonight or most likely tomorrow. And we will see you then. Until that time, you take care, you stay safe, and always, always remember, go Ravens.
And League Commander,